So it's day 2 of our 900-mile thrift trip, and today I am starting the day a little bit earlier than my daughter. It's 8:30 in the morning, and I'm heading to hopefully 2 thrift stores before I have to come back, pick her up from the Airbnb, and then we head a little further into Kentucky. Our goal today is another 8 to 10 thrift stores. I feel like I need to put my hand sanitizer in my pocket today, just because these Salvation Armies St. Vincent de Paul's are my favorite stores out here, but sometimes I feel like my hands feel dirty after digging through this stuff. I think I'll look this up. It feels full. I think this might be something, I can't remember. I always make sure that the sponge is good on these and that there's no hair stuck in them. We'll look it up and see if it's worth it. Some of these are damaged. I always cross my fingers when I see a blue set of hot rollers. Always looking out for the Remington tight curls, or there is another set of Remington hot rollers that are blue that are worth some money. I just can't think of the name of them off the top of my head. Travel size stuff does sell, but it's a little tedious and it's a slower mover for me, so usually I skip right over them. But you can most definitely make lots and sell travel size items as lots. That's what we're looking like. My allergies are like kicking my butt today, so every time I bend over, my nose wants to run. So I definitely need to stop and get some Kleenex. There's a whole nother shelf up here too. Oh, this nativity thing is really cool. I've never seen anything like that. Don't be fooled by the Made in China. I almost didn't buy something like this once because it was just marked Made in China, and it was actually Avon, and now I sell a lot of the Avon fiber optic like Christmas scenes. So I'm gonna Google image that really quick. So yeah, definitely not picking up that nativity scene. I don't want to spend my time digging through this Christmas stuff too much. My daughter just texted me that she's awake, she's gonna start getting ready. So this will probably be my only stop before I go back, pick her up, and then we're gonna go eat breakfast together. I sent her 2 options. This place called First Watch, which I know is good. We had some friends eat at it at a volleyball tournament last year, and they told us how good it was. And then some waffle and crepe place. So I'm thinking she's gonna pick the waffle place. We'll see if I'm right. Always check out IKEA stuff. Discontinued IKEA stuff sells for big money. especially any lighting. If you live in Cincinnati, I give it to you, because you guys' traffic is something serious. Especially because we stayed in Kentucky, so I've been driving back and forth over the bridge, and it's just nuts. Yesterday, my daughter told me, now I see why Dad drives all the time. I just picked up a whole bunch of these knives at an estate sale. It's on my Facebook. So if you only follow me on YouTube, I've actually been posting on Facebook, TikTok, and kind of sort of Instagram for the last year and a half-ish. So I have a lot of videos over there, a lot of short, like 1 to 1.5 minute long videos. It's where I show a lot of like how to ship, how to list, that type of stuff. And then I have a Facebook Bolo group where I share bolos. And I like to sell a lot of discontinued products, so a lot of the bolos I share are discontinued products, but I share other things as well. And then even like this trip, I shared part of my route there, and I've already shared a couple of things that I've found in that group. And then it's easier for me to answer questions in that group too, just because it's a smaller group. I think there's only like 53 people in there, somewhere around there. I remember having one of these. I would love to dig through these and look at the knives, but I just feel like it would take up too much time. And this trip, it's really like about time. I'm trying to hit up as many stores as I can. Oh, these are pretty. Yeah, I can't leave those behind. They're really pretty. They have a really slow sell-through rate. There's like 927 pieces of that pottery listed, and only like 142 have sold. But 2 cups usually sell for around 30. I don't know how much they are. It's a general price. I'll look for a sheet and see. I started researching keyboards last night, but I still don't know what I'm looking at. This is only $1. Companion 2 series. I'll throw this in the cart. I don't see
Just
another
tested
one.
this. It does work. I'm listing mine for $22.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I think we had these chairs when I was little. We had a glass table, but it didn't look like that. It's cool, this Fisher Price. You want 30 for it? Magic Track Train. And they wrote on the box. Okay, so that's going to be a no too.
Comps were even worse a month ago. This has about a 20% sell-through rate though. And I'm going to assume that the one good sold for that price because it benefited a charity.
Because it cracks me up when people get mad at me for buying kids' toys and they're like, you should have left that behind for kids who needed toys. Look at all of these toys. I guarantee 70% of these are going to end up in a landfill. No power cord, no nothing. It's just $1. I'll look it up. Someone tried to make fun of me on Facebook for looking up items that are $1. But when you go thrifting as much as I do, or you go to estate sales as much as I do, let's say each estate sale, I buy 20 items that cost $1, and 15 of them are no good. And I do that at 4 estate sales that I go to in one day. That adds up really quick. And I'd rather not buy something just to have to redonate it. So I'd rather take the 15 seconds, type something into my phone, look it up, and see if it's actually selling, instead of just buying it because it's cheap. You know what? I don't go all the way down this aisle. I used to buy these Presto pressure cookers all the time, and then they started slowing down for me, so I quit picking them up.
Now this is so important. Don't let any of my videos ever discourage you from picking up an item, or anybody else's videos for that matter.
So I don't know if they're still selling quick or not. That was just what was going on with me. Those are really cool. I am going to go look down the rest of that toy aisle.
The resale market fluctuates on all items, so if you watch this video 2 years from now, Presto pressure cookers could be selling like crazy. So, like I said, always do your own research. So I did end up picking this up. They considered this to be a toy, and all toys were 30% off today. So I ended up paying around $5 for this. And then I did go check out the linens, I checked out the handbags, and I didn't see anything else. So this is my entire cart. This is everything that I ended up picking up at this store. And I head back to my Airbnb, pick up my daughter, and then this is our first stop after breakfast.
Okay.
Our shoes are $2.99 except for Zara, and our Zara items are 60% off.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so since shoes are $2.99 at this store, I end up digging through every single tub of shoes that they have. And you guys will see throughout this entire video just how many tubs of shoes that actually is. So we are currently at a Salvation Army, and the Salvation Armies in this area of Ohio all get brand new items from Zara. But I don't look through them because, again, I'm not a clothing reseller, and even at 60% off, I don't think there's very much money to be made. Chacos are a really good brand of sandals. Usually they sell for between $20 and $25 for me. Those ones are really beat up. Make sure you stick around all the way to the end of the video. Of course, the best shoes that I find are in the last 4 bins that I looked through at this store. I probably looked through a total of 40 to 50 bins while I'm here. I used so much hand sanitizer when I was in this store. My hands were so dry that later this evening, my daughter and I end up going to a spa and we get a hand and foot treatment. And of course, I didn't take any video, but we had a great time.
They all have really good deals going on. And then all their Zara stuff is 60% off. That whole rack up there is like all Zara clothes, all new tags. There's one where those hats are. There's a rack right there. And then over on that side. Those are cute. Just try everything on. If we have time.
Now, $2.99 is a great deal on shoes, but I get shoes for $1 at the bins. And obviously, I don't have to fight anybody for these shoes, so I'm definitely looking through these. But at the same time, I'm not going to pick up anything that is kind of iffy, or a pair of shoes that's only going to sell for $20 just because these are priced at $2.99. So I'm looking for brand name items. I'm looking for items that are leather. I'm looking for Birkenstocks. I'm really looking for some Frye boots. And I'm not, again, going to pick up anything that is going to sell for under $30. So I probably just looked through about 12 bins of shoes and I did not find a single pair, but I know better. I'm gonna keep digging through every single one of these. Again, $2.99 is a great deal on shoes, and this is what I'm here for. So I am gonna dig through these, but I do notice these Chi hot rollers, and I know these sell for a decent price. I just did a hot rollers video for my Bolo group on Facebook, so I know to pick these ones up. I'm just curious to see how much they're selling for. Now they only want $3.99 for those hot rollers, and then I check out this Sunbeam tea drip machine. So I sell a few of these a year, and they sell for between $30 and $40 for me. But this one was just a little too beat up, and I have noticed that they're taking a little bit longer to sell for me. So they need to be in tip-top condition, and the price needs to be right for me to pick these up.
There's a lot of hard water buildup. But I'm gonna look.
I am missing the clips and the case for these, but they do heat up, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick them up. I'll just price them cheaper. And I'm gonna go through these 7 bins of shoes and see if there are any that I wanna pick up. And you guys, I manifested these Frye boots. I just knew I was gonna find a pair of Frye boots in all of these bins. This was the only pair that I ended up finding, but these are some really good ones, and they're actually in really nice condition. And at this point, I'm really happy that they had this $2.99 shoe sale going on, because their hard goods section was very scarce at this store, and there weren't any really good quality hard good pieces to be seen. So I didn't pick up any hard goods at all. And then I obviously, again, I don't sell clothing, so I didn't even go through the clothing. So the shoes really saved the day here at this store. Now my video I'll have out next Thursday will conclude Cincinnati, and then we will start thrifting in Lexington and then north of Lexington. So these 3 bins will make it 22 bins of shoes that I have looked at after I finish looking through these. Now, I wanted to get discouraged going through all of these bins and not finding anything. I had to just keep telling myself that this is my job and it's pretty easy. Just suck it up. This is what I drove all the way out here for. And I do end up finding some shoes eventually.
That's gonna take me forever to sell. Oh wow. My shopping cart lost its mind. So, I'm trying to be a little picky. I wonder if these OPI Converse.
So I do throw these in my cart, and I do eventually look them up, but it's at the very last minute at the cash register.
I'll look these up. Aqua College.
1,100 listed, less than 50 sold. That's a no.
They feel kind of decent, so I'll look these up too. Might be nothing. Ooh, these Cole Haans are really nice. I don't see the other shoe though, so we're gonna put this right there. Ooh, I see the other Cole Haan.
Now, by no means are Cole Haans fast sellers, but these are new without box, so that's why I picked those up. Okay, guys, the music is just way too loud over here, but these are some suede Croc wedges, and I go ahead and pick these up because Crocs sell really fast for me, and I kind of feel like this is a spring style shoe. I mean, it's also a fall shoe, but I feel like you could wear these in spring. at least in Michigan. And then these, I contemplated these for a hot second. I just, based off of style, I feel like those are some Y2K boots, like something you'd see a Bratz doll wearing, but I did not pick those up. Now there was 2 Waterford crystal Christmas ornaments here. This one is Baby's First Christmas. I forget the year, but I did not pick that one up. But I did get this hollow heart ornament, and I have not listed that yet, but I'll throw up a comp. And then this shoe was in really rough shape, or I would have picked it up. So I did not pick that one up, but I do finally end up finding some good shoes over here. I pick up these Vans. These are new without box. They still have the little plastic thing that holds the price tag on them. So I picked those up. And then as soon as I picked up these black shoes, the leather was so soft. I just knew these were a nice name brand. And these are Ralph Lauren. These are some peep toe heels. So I went ahead and picked these up. I figure I could list these for around $35 to $40. These were probably my favorite pickup as far as shoes go for the day. These are some Harley Davidson boots, and they aren't missing any studs or any crystals, thankfully. And they're a really good size as well. So I look up comps, and these are selling for around $40. So these go into the cart as well. And these one here probably end up being the biggest heartbreak of the day. So these are some Doc Marten boots, and somebody must have worn these to their wedding, and they wrote all over them. So I did not pick these up. They had just married written on the heel with their wedding date written on the side of the shoe. So these were just something that I knew was not going to sell. So I left these behind. Even at $2.99, they just weren't worth picking up. So anytime suede or leather is written on with a permanent marker, you usually have to use a high grit sandpaper to get it off. So I knew that was just going to ruin those boots. I'm actually in line for checkout, and I noticed all the handbags, and I did not look at these. So the first thing I end up picking up is this Fossil Messenger bag. This is in really nice shape except for that little paint spot on the front. But I do end up picking this up. I'll probably price it somewhere around $40, and I believe it was $3.99. And then I spot this vintage Ralph Lauren handbag, and at first I'm kind of thrown off because it's priced at $20, but there is a wallet and a cosmetic case on the inside. And when I look up comps, somebody sold this purse for $70 plus shipping, but theirs was in better condition than mine. Once I open it up and I see the wallet and the little cosmetic bag, that's what sold me. So I currently have this listed for $100 or best offer. And I did clean up the leather a little, and then I just snipped those snags that it has there on the front and on the side, and it looks so much better. Now we spent $145 at this thrift store, but only $44 of it was for items that I plan on reselling. And you're never going to believe this, she picked First Watch over the waffle place. I was wrong. If you like this type of content, estate sales, garage sales, thrifting, that type of thing, definitely consider subscribing. That is the only type of content I will be putting out on this channel. If you want to see packing and shipping tips, that type of thing, I post all of that over on my Facebook and TikTok. I'll link both of those in the description of this video. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.